Hello, all my fairy friends. My name is Fairy Belle, and I'm a book fairy. I was wondering if you could help me. I'm feeling a little bit worried today. I have a very big exam coming up tomorrow at fairy school. I'm trying to become a fairy godmother. But before I could do that, I need to pass a test to get into fairy godmother school. It's making me feel a little bit worried. I'm worried that I won't pass. I'm worried that I won't get into fairy godmother school. And if I don't get into fairy godmother school, it means I won't be able to be a fairy godmother to all of my fairy friends. What do you do when you're worried? That's a good idea. Yes, so many of you get worried just like me. I have a book about somebody who has worries. Shall we read it together? This book is called Fredrick the Friendly Fox and the Giant Worry. Fredrick was not your average fox. He was very funny, and he lived in a cabin on the edge of a forest. Fredrick was going to be the first fox to land on the moon when he grew up. One morning, when Fredrick woke up, he did not feel happy like he usually did. His tummy felt strange, and he wasn't sure why. Although Fredrick did not know why he felt unhappy, he decided to keep getting ready for school. He knew his friend Ada would soon be waiting outside, so they could walk there together. Fredrick packed his lunch into his school bag, and then it was time to leave. He opened his door, and Ada was standing outside waiting for him. "Hi, Ada," said Fredrick. His words came out in a sad voice. "Fredrick, is everything all right? You look upset," said Ada with concern. "I feel different. I have a strange feeling in my tummy. I feel worried, but I don't know why," Fredrick replied. Ada put her hand on Fredrick's shoulder. "It's all right, Fredrick. I'm here for you," Ada said gently. They continued walking to school. Fredrick's day at school seemed long. When he started to walk home at the end of the day, he felt that strange feeling in his tummy again. That night in bed, Fredrick tossed and turned, and he found it hard to sleep. He worried about so many things all at once. The strange feeling in his tummy came back. The next morning, Fredrick could hardly keep his eyes open when he met Ada at his door so they could walk to school together. "Oh, Fredrick," Ada gasped, "you look so tired. Are you all right?" "I've got that strange feeling in my tummy again, Ada, and I don't know why. I'm worried about lots of things, and I just want to go back to bed," Fredrick replied, yawning. Oh. Ada had never heard Fredrick say he wanted to go back to bed, so she knew this was serious. "Fredrick," said Ada, "sometimes worries can feel much bigger than they really are. And sometimes tiny worries start to stick together, and suddenly it's like you have a gigantic bubble full of worries that follows you. That's how I'm feeling." To make the giant bubble of worries smaller, it helps to talk to someone about your worries. That way, each worry can pop and disappear, And the feeling of being worried will disappear too, said Ada, holding Fredrick's hand. Fredrick thought about this for quite some time. Ada is right, Fredrick realised. All of his little worries had stuck together and formed a giant worry bubble. He needed to pop the worries by talking about them to make the giant worry bubble disappear. Ada and Fredrick walked to school slowly, and Fredrick talked about each little worry in his bubble. Ada listened. By the time they got to school, Fredrick was smiling. The strange feeling in his tummy had gone, and the giant worry bubble had completely disappeared. Ada, you were right. The giant worry bubble has popped. Thank you for listening to all my worries, said Fredrick happily. Of course, Fredrick. That's what friends are for, Ada smiled. Fredrick suddenly stopped. Ada, what if my worries now stick to your little worries and you get a giant worry bubble that is full of my worries? He added. Oh, Fredrick, said Ada, giggling. When you talk about your worries with someone, they pop and can't stick to other worries anymore. Fredrick felt so relieved. The worry bubble was definitely gone. Fredrick knew that from now on he would talk about his little worries before they became one giant worry bubble. It was great to have a friend to pop worry bubbles with. And that's the end of the story. Do you think it would be okay if we pop some worry bubbles together? Okay, I'll tell you one of my worries and then you can tell me one of your worries. My worry is that tomorrow, when I sit for my exam for the School of Fairy Godmothers, that I'm not going to pass, even though I have done lots and lots and lots and lots of study to make sure I know all the answers. Shall we pop that worry together? 1, 2, 3. Pop! Oh, that does make me feel better. Can you tell me one of your worries now? Oh my goodness. Thank you very much for sharing that worry with me. Shall we pop it together? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Pop. Do you feel better? Oh, I'm very happy that you're feeling better now. You know what makes me feel better? Singing with you. Do you think we could sing our goodbye song together? Okay, let's do that. I see you, you see me. We are fairy family with a great big hug and away from me to you. We read books, that's what we do. I feel so much better. Even if I don't pass my exam tomorrow to be a fairy godmother, I still love being a book fairy and sharing my stories with you. Thank you very much for coming to Storytime, and thank you very much for believing in me. And never forget that I believe in you too.